Hello and welcome back to Billy Ho Sports. Continued coverage of June 1st this Saturday at Churchill Downs for a big day of stakes racing. We'll be covering the race number 10, Grade 3 Blame Stakes, probably the feature race on the card, featuring horses, like Tapit Trice and those of the like, a little older horses, 4 years old and up. I've already released videos on the race number 6, the Arlington Stakes, race number 8, the Shawnee. So I'll have more to come after that. I have a playlist already out there with the June 1st races. So you can find them very easily there, and they're all together. Also, I'm putting in time codes so you can jump from horse to horse if you so like. So just remember to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already done so, please, that's very important. Click that like button, also equally important. And leave a comment. Tell me who you like in this race. This is the feature race of the day. So do you think Tapit Trice is ready to rock coming off the long layoff? And so without further ado, we're off. First, let's touch on the weather real quick. I reported in the earlier video that there was a possibility of some rain on Saturday. I checked it again today, and it appears that rain is moving to the PM. So this early in the week, if it's already moved to PM showers, then it's going to likely be out of the way, and we're not going to have to worry about off track. It's going to be fast and furious. We've had mild temps and low humidity all week, so it should be an absolute awesome day Saturday. So let's get into the race. It is race number 10. It is the Blame Stakes. We'll go a mile and an eighth on the dirt. Starting with number 1, Frosted Departure. That is trained by Kenny McPeak. We'll have Julian Leperoux riding. This 4-year-old recently won the Lake Washita, I do believe is how that's said. Stakes going wire to wire in the slop at Oaklawn. Broke fast, went right out to the lead, set the pace, got free, kept on the pressure down the stretch, and took it home. Looking for a third straight win because he did win similarly, nearly wire to wire the previous to that. McPeak is on fire. Obviously, we know about his successes Derby Day, Derby weekend. So Julian Leperoux's off to a pretty good start himself. We'll be looking at past performances, so we'll point out a few things there. So stick around for that. So Julian's a staple at Churchill Downs. So been a favorite of mine for many years. Number 2, Highland Falls. Brad Cox trains. Florent Giroux rides. The top rated horse by Brisnet figures just ran second in the Grade 2 Oaklawn behind Skippy Longstocking. So solid rally there. He earned a 99 Brisnet number. And obviously, also in the previous race, the Grade 1 Santa Anita handicap, he ran 4th, but was flying late. He just didn't get in close enough, I guess, but he came rolling late in that one. Looks like he can press and close into slower, moderate pace. And now that I'm seeing the track being faster, it might give a chance for some of these front runners to get out there and get loose. So we'll see what happens. Number 3 is War Campaign. That is trained by Philip Sims, Tyler Gaffleone aboard. This 5-year-old has back-to-back second places in Grade 3s. Back-to-back, let's see, 2 back at the Essex. He ran second behind First Mission, who was clearly the best that day. But he ran very well, second place there. Next up was kind of the same thing. He was out at Keeneland and in the Ben Ali Stakes and ran up against Kings Barnes on a good day. Kings Barnes gets out front. You just can't really run them down. So they did battle in the stretch of that one, and Kings Barnes just got the better of them at the end. That one's actually going a mile and 3/16. So it's showing that one can hold the line. I was thinking maybe live long shot on that one, but I'm not really 100% sure just yet. Number 4 is Uncle Jake. That is Carlo Vacareza. Trainer Joel Rosario rides. 4-year-old has been rolling up allowance horses for 3 straight wins. It seems like they did want to try him on the turf, but two of those last three races that he won were pulled off the turf, and then they bookended his win at Turfway on the synthetic. So 102 Brisnet number he ran in the slop at Keeneland was an all-out wire-to-wire win. He does seem to be ready for that jump in class, but is he ready for this group? Really tough to say. Number 5, Tapit Trice. Todd Pletcher trains Flavian Pratt aboard, and the return of the prodigal horse. I was pretty high on him. I don't remember if that was my actual pick in the Derby last year, but he definitely didn't run well in the Derby, but he dominated Florida. He won both the Tampa Bay and Florida Derbies last year as a 3-year-old, but he hasn't tasted victory since then. He went on, but he stayed right there with the best of the 3-year-olds all year. He went right to the Belmont, which ran a really good third place finish behind Arcangelo, the winner, then Forte second. Then he went on to the Travers after that, ran third again behind Arcangelo and Disarm. So he's had 9 months off. That's a long time. I generally don't like more than a few months off, 3 or 4 months at the most, just a standard layoff, even, just off a fall to the early winter. Anyway, I digress. But this is the proper spot to kick it off. He's classier than these grade 3 horses, I think, but he might still need that one race. This is a primer for next month's Stephen Foster, so you're likely to see Tapit Trice there as well. Number 6 is Dreamlike. That's Todd Pletcher trained Irad Ortiz, 4-year-old son of Gunrunner. Made his debut at Keeneland and ran second, missed just by a neck. He had his sights set on the leader, who's also in this race we'll get to, but he did drift in just a little bit late in the stretch and had to slightly redirect, which may have cost him the win. I don't know for sure. Pletcher, 25%, second off the layoff, and he'll be better. I think this horse is a pretty good one, and it will be competitive. Wasn't close to the Breeders' Cup Classic last fall. Many of these horses in this level of competition that tried the Breeders' Cup did not fare well. He did, if you go all the way back to the Pennsylvania Derby, ran a 108 Brisnet number versus Saudi Crown last year in a second place finish, which is pretty tough. So real quick, skipping number 7, Classic Causeway, ran on Memorial Day. He's out. Last Samurai's Eddie Milligan, Christian Torres, 7-year-old, was under Dwayne Lucas. I believe I mentioned this is back at the Oaklawn Stakes, that Dwayne let him go. If Dwayne let him go, he's probably about washed up. He has been no factor in either race this year, so I'm going to toss Last Samurai. This is number 9. I believe it's Cagliostro. I don't know. I might be way off on that. This is Sherry DeVoe, Jose Ortiz. This is the one I was talking about that just defeated Dreamlike at Keeneland. So he's looking for his first graded stakes win, 5th in the Oklahoma Derby at Remington last fall. If he moves forward off that win at Keeneland, he could be competitive and might be up toward the lead early on. So number 10 is a 5-star General. The old elder statesman decided to go ahead and run Memorial Day and won. So congratulations to the connections on 5-star General, 8-year-old elder statesman. Nice win there Monday. So that finishes us off with number 11 Trademark. This is Vicky Oliver. Martine Garcia will ride. 5-year-old. I remember the monster race. I kind of almost touted it. I'll have to go back and look at my Clark Handicap preview video last fall, but I feel like I touted this one as a sleeper in the race, and he ran a monster in the Clark to defeat First Mission, but just not on the grade 1 level. They tried after that later on in the first couple of races to run in the against National Treasure, Senior Buscador, and the Pegasus, and then got destroyed again on Ali Sheba on Derby Day by 17 lengths. The horse has the ability to win, and really he got beat similarly by open lengths and looked poor in the race previous to the Clark. So it's a tough call. Definitely should get some value. I would want double digits on this horse, at least, with all the good competition. So now we're going to take a look at some past performances real quick before we make our selections. Okay, here is the top of the racing order here. Obviously, I set Highland Falls and Tapit Trice Dreamlike are your top three prime powers. Class, we got War Campaign in here as well. So War Campaign, I don't know that I mentioned War Campaign in just now, but it's a very good one. I think we'll be out early on in the lead. So I would like to see number 5, Tapit Trice, win this race. I won't lie. I mentioned Frosted Departure. There's the two wire to wire wins, but I think maybe just the class jump and the speed and the inside post might have to use a lot of speed to try to get out to the lead. Then you have Highland Falls. I think this horse is going to be very good. I'm leaning toward selecting this one as the winner. And really mainly because Tapit Trice coming off such a long layoff, I still think maybe needs a race. So Highland Falls, you can see how good he's run. Even this 4th place finish was good. I mean, he's got back-to-back wins previous to that. Did just make the leap really from the high level allowance, but broke his maiden first out. I mean, this is a horse out of Curlin. So, sired by Curlin. Excuse me. So I think that's tough enough. War Campaign, like I said, could be very fast out on the early on, but seems to run faster in the mud. Got the big 105 there at the Tinsel in the mud. Uncle Jake, I think has got a really big 102 figure here. Has won some big going away races, but still probably a little tough. Could be going on the lead though. I think the number 9 will be there as well. There's Tapit Trice. Being the 102, I don't think there's anything. If he goes out and wins going away, I won't be shocked. So it is definitely my favorite horse. Dreamlike, I always like horses that are sired by Gunrunner, but I don't think that he is as good. But it was pretty good. I mean, the BC Classic, that's not terrible. I mean, you can see who he ran against, the White Barrio and a lot, and Dermisota Gake, that whole group. So that was a pretty tall order, 19-1 in that race. Classic Causeway is out. Last Samurai is a toss. And this one is a Cagliostro. I have to say that 10 times before I get it right. But this big win, first out, really does look good. But at this 10th in prime power, I just don't see it happening. 5-star General's out. Trademark, this is the one I was telling you about. 7 by 13, 86 shit number, Fayette, grade 2 at Keeneland, right? Next out, 103, Churchill Downs, bombs away. Same thing. Actually, he ran terrible here, but Ali Sheba, 86 speed figure, 7th by 17. Against good horses, first mission. But so can he get her done? I don't know. So basically, I see it like that. I think War Campaign looks the best of the early speed, but I just shy away from trainers who have only had a handful of graded stakes winning horses. So let's go up here and just take a brief look at that. Bear with me. There's War Campaign. So the 2 seconds, I mean, these are really good. And then, of course, a big 105 in the Tinsel, but these are just minor league stakes horses. The 106 there, I mean, that's big numbers, but it's, just not up to par with this group. And like I said, Phil Simms, better quarterback than graded stakes winning trainer. T-Gaff is a good mount. So I think he'll compete, but I don't think I like him for the win. The 3 best horses are going to be stalking. ready to pounce, and that's Dreamlike, Highland Falls, Tapit Trice. So I give a slight edge to Highland Falls. I'm going to go ahead and let's go down here really quick to look at it's a really minor track bias. But there are because only 8 races, but you can see that it's really spread across the board. But we've had a multitude of different types of surfaces. We've had wet, sloppy, and all that stuff. But you can see recently the 3 out of the 3 9-furlong races, 67%. 2 of the 3 have gone to the early speed, and the other one was a presser. So, and outside posts, you know, I don't know if the inside one post that's really good for this type of race, but we'll go ahead and cut it there and do some selections and then get on out. Okay. So like I said, for the win, I do like the number 2 Highland Falls tentatively. I still think 2-5 exacta box is a you don't want to leave Tapit Trice off the top. But if you had to ask me to pick a winner, I would take Highland Falls slightly over Tapit Trice just because he's in better form and more recent form. Tapit Trice, a 9-month layoff is a long time. Then I do say number 6, Dreamlike should offer some value. And my live long shot is going to be that Trademark. I don't, I'd have to go back and look at the Clark, but I feel like I touted Trademark. He may show up this time again similarly. So I would definitely not leave him out of your exotics. So that's going to do it for the show. I appreciate you watching. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button if you haven't done so. Notification bell too, like button, all that good stuff. Best of luck this week, and I'll be back with more stakes content very soon. Until then.